This is the problem with so many people, and then they want to try and tell experts like myself that there's something, and the ignorant public is unbelievable. Well, those are not radionic units, and they have attachments to put high voltage through there, or even voltage in general. Well, voltage, in terms of putting large amounts through a radionic machine, is not the point. Almost everybody from Delaware to Rouge Drown didn't even put any electricity whatsoever. I'm a fan of it, but you've got to amplify the very particular radionic energies in a particular way. And radionic energies can be considered when you potentize something, because homeopathics are, you could say, radionic energy based. They're vibrational in nature. They're consciousness, vibrational, subtle energy physics. And if you're not using them like that, then there is a serious problem that you don't get it. So anytime you put something physical in a machine, on a machine, well, you're missing the point. You're only picking up a tiny bit of the energy. So we're moving away from all of that. I mean, you've got to stay with vibrational or energetic fields, not put things in there, not add this, not add that in terms of a physical product. Now, if you wanted to add a homeopathic preparation, well, that's vibrational in nature. So anything that's vibrational in nature will work well with radionic type machines. But people don't get it. And then you run into things, and let's see if this dial is messed up as well. I'm assuming they all are. Okay, this goes past. Does it go back to 1 here? Goes to 0. Let's try this again. Now, there may be an internal adjustment to fix these dial problems, but here we go, starting at 0. Where does this go now? So here we go again. We stop at 9. And it doesn't seem, when you bring this all back, that there's an adjustment capacity here, because it lands on 0 perfectly. So it looks like the different pots they're using have different throws. I mean, this is so amateurish it isn't even funny. You know, it's kind of a nice unit in terms of, I'm not sure with all these little plugs. This is for each dial. I don't know if that's a amplification of a particular dial. So they've got something going on here. As I said, using plastic like this, the internal plate, or the internal, this seems to be, I guess that's copper. I was almost thinking it was brass, but it looks like it's copper, so that's good. But copper going into plastic just isn't very smart. And as I said, I'm not sure what this dial here is for. It looks like some sort of timer or something, but this really isn't an electric, so I really don't know what they're doing here. Let's try this again here, and as we go up here with, let's see what this goes to if we go all the way up. Yeah, we got 9 again. 9. So they all go to 9. They don't have the right throw your last dial on there. These are the cheapest kind of dials you can get. I mean, they're okay, but that's another problem. So, I mean, ultimately, you can see the kind of massive errors that you run into. And as I said, I'm not really sure what is inside of this until we actually take it apart. It's a standard little, as I said, this is kind of a standard little fake wood plastic covered box like that, which I'm not sure why someone would do that, use vinyl covered like this. I mean, why not use regular wood? These are all the things that I wonder. I mean, you're going through the process of doing this, and of course, I guess it's easy to have these kind of plexiglass cut to the size you want, and they can be, these seem to be actually, I don't know if you call that engraved or not, but they're actually, these are not painted on, they're actually kind of carved in to it, which is always nice, and that's very typical of the Magneto, whatever it is, company that made a lot of these, or who apparently is hooked up with or copying Malcolm Rae units. I don't know if they're still around or not. I think it is. I checked a few years ago, but I haven't seen if that particular company. But of course, Malcolm Rae has been dead for many, many years, and but his cards and his units like these are still in lots of places. But you know, they're easy to get, and I guess that's assumed because his system really didn't work all that well. I do like the card system, but I think there are better images you can use. But all he did was use a dowsing energy on a circle and then made marks where the pendulum crossed the circle in an area, made a mark there, and this was his way of distinguishing one particular energy from another, instead of, let's say, using numbers. So then you would insert the cards in. But there's no cards that are used with this particular. There's no slot for cards on here. So as usual, you'll find an awful lot of variation of Malcolm Rae's equipment out there. And this is one that doesn't have. Of course, you could put, I guess, a card in the well there as work, but the whole idea of the Malcolm Rae is that the cards are rates, and rates make it easy to use. You pop in the card, this has the homeopathic rate on it, that rate is then transferred into substances, as simple as that. So stay tuned, make sure that you like this video, that you subscribe to our channel, and of course that if you want to support us and get the kind of detailed, fun information of looking inside here, well, make sure you go to our Patreon link. Make sure you become an all-access member. Now, we're having some problems with the links on our pages, so you can always go to the About page on the upper right, and you'll find links to Patreon and our website. There's also, at the bar across the top, you will find a Patreon link. Underneath the arrow that says subscribe, you'll see the logo for Patreon. So do check that out, and do support us in this important work and to really find out some fascinating things. Until next time.